And welcome to my first real video on my channel. So far everything I've done has just been wrist rolls, but I thought I'd talk a little bit about some of the watches in my collection. Not really reviews, they've been reviewed to death. Obviously a watch like this first came to market in 1993 or so, plenty of reviews on it. I thought instead I'd give a little bit of a summary of my thoughts on the watch. I've owned it for I don't know, 13, 14 years. It's been my daily wearer for a big part of that. So I've lived with it every day for quite some time, and you know, it's now a part of a much bigger watch collection, and it's kind of struggling to get wrist time. So what I'm thinking of doing is freshening it up by adding a leather strap, seeing how it takes that. I think that the blue dial and bezel will go rather well with a nice brown Italian leather strap. So this watch is the obviously it's the Brosnan era Bond watch. It's the mid-sized auto, so it actually wasn't worn by any of the James Bonds. I think Brosnan started off with the quartz model and then moved on to the full-size auto. This one's 36.2 millimeters in diameter. Lug to lug is 42 or 43, and the lug width is 18. Actually wears, I mean, it's quite a small watch, I guess, by modern standards. It actually wears bigger than that. I actually have a full-sized Submariner, and there's not that big a difference on the wrist between the two of them. I mean, that's a neo vintage Submariner, the 40mm 14060M model. That's quite slim compared to the modern ones. But you know, this watch doesn't appear that much different to it in practice, and it certainly wears much bigger than a 36mm Rolex Explorer, for example. You know, pretty decent watch for the time if you compare the lovely milled clasp to what Rolex were offering in the 90s. Nice milled diver's extension as well. You know, it's a nice offering from Omega. I actually bought it in 2009 off eBay for about £500. It was a bit of a bargain. At the time, it wasn't actually running accurately. I had to get it serviced. I didn't actually do that for quite some time, but it's just been serviced actually. Very good job they did of it as well. The brushed and polished surfaces were refurbished, and the movement was obviously dismantled and cleaned and oiled, re-oiled and put together again. It now keeps time to well within the COSC guidelines of it's probably less than a second a day at the moment that it's losing. Anyway, so it's not, I don't dislike the actual strap on this. It's the bracelet. It's a very nice bracelet. It doesn't taper at all, which some people don't like, and I agree that it is a bit busy. There are, you know, quite a few links in there, some of them polished, some of them brushed, and I guess it's probably seen as being a bit old-fashioned, and that's not really the reason I'm going to try it on leather. I just think that the watch might go really well with a leather strap, and you know, it might give it a new lease of life, and it might become more popular within my current collection. Right, so the straps I ordered have arrived this morning. I did find it very difficult choosing the right straps, not only the right kind of colour and style, but also how much to spend on them. You know, you can get them off eBay for a few pounds, £5, £10, or you can go the other direction and spend £100 or £200 on a nice leather strap, or you know, somewhere in the middle. The problem with spending a big amount of money on them is, you know, I'm not sure whether I'm actually going to like it, that particular strap or any leather strap at all on the watch. So what I decided to do was to go somewhere in the middle, spend about £30 on a strap, and you know, it will be a decent, nice Italian leather strap for that price. But if I don't like it, it's not that big a deal. Of course, I ended up buying two because I couldn't make my mind up of what particular colour I thought might suit the watch. So, you know, it's a bit like watch collecting in general. You think you're going to make do with one, and you end up with a box full. Right, so here's the first one from a company called Condor Straps. This is, as you can see, a kind of red-brown colour with contrasting stitching, and it's a rem-boarded design, which means something like the top leather is tucked in underneath, just the way that it's machined. So straight out the box, I quite like the look of that one. Of course, we'll see what it looks like actually on the watch. The second one I bought, also from the same company, was a paler colour with a cut edge on this one, in a tan colour, again with a contrasting stitch on it. I just feel that those two colours may go well with the blue of the face of the watch and the bezel. So here's the watch with the first strap. Nice red-brown colour. My first impressions are good actually. I actually like the strap on the watch. It goes very well with the blue. I like the contrasting stitching. I think it probably does make the watch feel slightly smaller, but we'll see when I get it on my wrist. Here's the second strap. Again, first impressions are very good. I like it. Interested to hear people's opinions, whether they prefer the darker, redder tones or the paler, sort of yellowy tones with this particular watch. I think what's going to happen in practice is I'm going to have to wear them for a while and figure out which one I like best, or hopefully I like both of them, and whether I prefer them to the bracelet or whether I can wear them equally, liking them equally as much as the bracelet, and swap between them. Right, so there we have it. I'll finish up by going outside and taking a few wrist rolls and some of the shots in some natural light. My first impressions are pretty positive. I actually like the look of the watch on leather. I actually like both the straps. Maybe I'm leaning slightly towards this particular one at the moment, but I'm sure that will change. Please let me know your views. I'm very interested to hear what people think about this Omega Seamaster on a leather strap. I know it sounds a bit incongruous having a dive watch on a leather strap, but you know, let's face it, I'm not going to go diving in it. It actually looks more dressy with a leather strap, so it changes the character, and overall I think it's positive, and that I'll hopefully wear it more often. Thanks very much for watching.